Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight?
Welcome back to Dustin and Michelle. This is Dustin.
And this is Michelle.
And the noise you hear behind us is our cat trying to open the door, which we have a baby plastic cover on because we have an old like 1900s house with those wooden doorknobs so she can open the door. Listen.
Yeah, that's not an axe murderer. That's our cat.
But she can't keep doing that the whole time, so I'm going to let her in.
Okay,
is that okay?
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Happy Saturday night.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we're so happy that you're here. We have a fun show for you tonight because we're going to do a show on Here She Comes, Luna. Hey, Luna.
The wizardess, the wizard cat.
Here she is. Here she is.
She's such a little brat. She covered me in cat hair before we even started.
That's okay.
Oh, we love it anyways.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
She's being fun with us. So she's going to be the star of the show tonight. Welcome, Luna. And she's going to help us talk about keywords tonight and why they're so important, putting them in your listings to help you get more sales, basically.
It's one of those really important things that we all need to try to understand, especially when we're first starting out. It makes a huge difference with how much traffic you're pulling in on your site. And I mean, there's just some really important basics that you need to know. And we're looking forward to telling you what we think those things are.
Yeah, absolutely. So to get started, basically, I don't know. I mean, what is a keyword? Just to be, let's just have a dictionary definition. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is an informative word used in an information retrieval system.
Like a little robot. Basically.
That's what it's called. So in that sort of sort of really informational term, what does that really mean? Actually, it means that's basically a word or a phrase that, you're going to type into, or that somebody's going to type into a search engine or search bar to find exactly what they're looking for.
Right. Like Gap jeans.
Yeah. Size 10, red jeans, they need the red ones. So, so type in the red, those are the keywords.
The more specific, the better.
Absolutely. I mean, it is fairly self-explanatory, but the thing is that, sometimes we don't fill up that title bar, that can be really important, I think, to get as many keywords, especially in the title, as you possibly can.
Yes.
That gives you better search engine results, basically.
I agree with that, but I've noticed like that, for instance, I'm on Poshmark a lot, and it's a completely different type of a place than it is, eBay. It's so much more social on Poshmark. So, if I was putting up, for instance, like a new with tags Anne Klein blazer, like I would say, blah, 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 brand new and blazer jacket. And then I would finish the title, write the description, and then below the description, I'd add a couple more keywords like jacket,
coat.
Coat. But I don't put those in the top list in Poshmark just to kind of keep it, like you said, a little cleaner and kind of like upscale sounding.
Okay. Yeah. So there's definitely differences. I would say in the platforms on how the titles go. Like I said, Poshmark's maybe a little bit neater, and then say in eBay you're going to get jacket, blazer, coat all up in the title sometimes.
Yes.
And that's some just like those little differences that are going to help you, say, in eBay, and and then you go into like Amazon and their titles are like a paragraph long, and it's almost like way too wordy to read, and it's not placed, it doesn't flow nicely, like they're just keywords spread out here and there and blah blah blah. So I mean, it's they're just different animals, different titles that you want to write for the different platforms, but generally just use as many keywords as you can. That is going to help you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And why is that going to help you? Of course, I mean, we just sort of mentioned it, being thorough is also going to help you rank higher in those search results.
Yes.
Increasing organic traffic by increasing visibility, therefore increasing sales. I mean, it's really,
you're going to have people keep continuing to be exposed to your information just by choosing the right words. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So keep in mind that when you're making your titles, and also when you, excuse me, how to sort of also do this here would be to know your target audience, right?
That's kind of like the whole point of everything. It's who is your target audience? You know, if your target audience is someone who, for instance, like I was using the nightgown example, using the word peignoir is a very special word that is included in the really high-end, I guess, nightgowns and roughly like vintage nightgown and that type of wear.
Yeah.
It's important to put that word peignoir in, which I learned from the nurse flipper who I love. And she taught me all about how to thrift nightgowns. So thank you. You sold that nice one. But it's an example of the one word that I think made my listing different from other people's.
Yeah. And we'll look at those listings in just a second too. We'll actually take a peek at those listings. And so, yeah, and just basically know your target audience. You know, are you selling to these collectors that are going to know that peignoir word and look for that peignoir word? So definitely just know who you're looking at. And a really good way to find these, right?
Yes.
Is just to like to use the word admire what the competition is doing.
Yeah, check it out. Admire what everybody else is doing. Compare it to the kinds of things that you might be doing. And that's always a great way to start, is to start learning from other people.
Yeah, basically. And then basically just use those keywords as well. I don't want to say plagiarize, but I literally copy and paste the longest title with the most keywords in it when I'm going to list my item. And then I'll move those keywords around, maybe take a couple out, take the and words out and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And make my own title, you know, but almost plagiarize it, you know, as far as like taking the keywords that you need to know, basically. So learn from others. They did all the work for you already and all the research and finding all the keywords to use. So when you're doing your research on your product, find those eBay sold listings and use those keywords. And another really good tip is, if you can't fit all those keywords in the title, I think we may have already mentioned this, to definitely elaborate on them down in the description. So don't be afraid to repeat yourself. I
write the longest descriptions ever. I'm like, I added this striped blouse to my Poshmark closet because I fell in love with the colors. And it's just so different from eBay. I'm like, beep, it's like such a princessy kind of place. I mean, let's not get into Poshmark, but I enjoy the social part of it.
It is much different. So like when we're cross-listing, or I'm cross-listing from her Poshmark listings onto eBay, I have to sort of like edit. No offense. Yeah, like edit a little bit, you know, I have to take out the emojis and
I love emojis.
They'd be nice, you know, to put in there, but eBay doesn't really care for that kind of stuff. They want the facts.
They don't care. They're like, whatevs.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like opinions go, I just really try to leave those out of eBay, because somebody might try to come back and be like, hey, that was, your opinion was not mine once I got the item, so, you know, I want my money back, or, you know, give me a refund or something. So
yeah,
leaving those out of eBay is fine. And Amazon, you're not going to find a single opinion on Amazon unless it's by the customer, you know, leaving a rating. So
hi, Wendy. Thank you for the compliments. Nice to see you.
Hey, Mom. Thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be seeing you soon, sounds like. Yay. So much. Kelly Louise. Hey, Dustin Michelle. Hey, Kelly Louise. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Happy Saturday night.
Yes. So
yeah.
In getting back to these keywords and like sort of like how to use them, why to use them, we're looking at some of these examples here. So let's look at when Michelle, you sold this vintage Guinea Sachs nightgown that we found in a yard sale video. Go check that one out. Pretty cool video there. So tell us about this. Tell us about your listing here. Sold for $99, really fast.
It did. I know I may have underpriced it. So I was watching the nurse flipper, who I highly recommend, and she was talking about what to look for in vintage nightgowns, because I'm really getting sick of doing just plain old straight up clothes. So this was my first adventure out. I think since Dustin and I went out, and we found this Guinea Sachs, and I knew the name right away because I had watched one of the videos, and she said, the more ruffles, the better. And I looked down, and I see this really ruffly Guinea Sachs, and I remembered it. And so we brought it home, and I steamed it out, and it was just gorgeous. And then Dustin and I put it up right away, and I think it sold within 24 hours or something, like a couple days.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it sold really, really quick.
Yeah. So
that was really great.
Yeah.
And tell us about the title. Like, you got some really good keywords in here that are going to help sell this.
I did, and I'm still learning about keywords myself. So on this one I did the vintage, because it is Guinea Sachs, the name of the designer. It's a nightgown, but I also put dress in it as well, as a nightgown dress. So anybody who would be looking for a dress might stumble upon this and say, oh my gosh, wow, this is beautiful, but it's a nightgown. Lace and satin, which are two descriptions of the materials that make this really special. And I use the and sign, which I don't know, baby, if you'll be able to use on your eBay.
I do all the time. I don't think
the
they
and
like
sign
it.
is okay.
Yeah, I don't think they like it, but whatever.
Okay. So I put and it's floral lined, and I put nice ruffle, size 13. Now I could have left out the word nice and wrote something else to describe it, but
maybe another keyword, maybe like even the color,
blue,
like blue or something.
BLUE would have been perfect. So I could have definitely improved on that, but I am learning.
No, I think this is really great. Yep, you got lots of different keywords in there. People are gonna know what they're looking for once you do that. So really nice job on that. So for $100, I cannot believe that. That is so cool. Really great job on that.
Thanks. Yeah, it's so fun when you do research on something that you're interested in, and then it actually appears, and you're like, wait, I know what that is. Yay.
Right. Yeah. And it usually happens, like a day or two after you hear about it, just because you're thinking about it and looking for it.
Yeah.
So here is an example of another dress or another nightgown that is sold on eBay. This is another, excuse the leg in the internet here. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
The 1920s and 30s pale tan embossed silk art deco nightgown robe peignoir set, small.
Yes, a fantastic description. However, if I was going to make adjustment on it, I probably would have. What did we talk about this earlier, baby? We thought we would leave out the 20s and 30s.
Possibly, or like hyphenate it a little bit, give you a little more room for an extra word, because they also put Art Deco in here, which sort of time frames it. Also, they used nightgown and robe peignoir. So they used 3 words of describing what it is, which is fine, if you have the keywords, but they also could have put in what? The color.
Lace. Remember, you and I were looking closer at the photos, and there's just some absolutely phenomenal detail on that lace that you just don't see. Look at the back. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still made, and it had a little bit of blue. Oh, hey, no, that we didn't. And with vintage pieces like this, if there are small flaws like that, usually they don't mind. Collectors usually don't mind. And look, this person got over $200 for this amazingly beautiful piece.
Yeah.
So I would have just probably have put in there lace.
Yeah, it's a pretty good title, but a little bit wordy. Could have added a couple keywords instead of using.
And like you said, timed it Art Deco. You know, it doesn't really look Art Deco to me. It looks more like turn of the century. Is it silk? What's it made of?
That would have been another descriptive word for that.
Right. Because I'm looking at this gorgeous piece and I'm thinking that it's probably made of silk. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So you want the collector that, is looking for that silk robe. That's great to have in the title. Now, if it was silk, we look down in the...
it's silk!
It does say in the item specifics that it is silk right here. So...
wow.
Yeah, good call.
Wow.
So also... Okay, so it is silk. It is in the item specifics, which is good as well.
Yes.
But putting it in a title is not going to hurt.
Oh my goodness, it would bring so much traffic. I mean, silk on bare skin, especially, it's one of the softest, most wonderful feelings. Women love silk. Hint, hint.
Silk robe. Okay.
My birthday's coming.
We'll see, honey. So that was an example of somebody else's listing with a really good title.
And congratulations on that listing, by the way. If whoever what a great sale. Absolutely.
Yeah. $200 with 4 bids. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what? We will do one more example here. This is a listing that I had made recently, just a couple of days ago. So this one is for a vintage single stitch t-shirt that Michelle found. I'm not sure how long ago where, but yeah, so here we go. Here is the title that I put: vintage Harlequin single stitch t-shirt, size large, white, frog, alphabet, Hanes beefy.
Ooh, it's a beefy tee.
The Hanes beefy tee. So
beefy
collectors
tee.
are going to know, those shirt collectors are going to know on a Hanes beefy tee. They're probably going to know exactly what kind of shirt that is, exactly the quality. They might be looking for a Hanes beefy tee because they know this fit and the size and all that stuff. So huge things to put in your title, what tag it's on. I found out after doing research on this shirt that this style of the graphics here was from Harlequin.
Oh.
And so that was a big keyword that I put in doing the research. I had no idea until doing the research. So
cool.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, single stitch, people are going to know it's vintage. Size large, you want people to know how big it is, of course. White, so that's a white t-shirt, pretty self-explanatory. And then it has frogs and it has the alphabet, the alphabet on it. So that's another, maybe thing that people might be looking for. And of course, Hanes beefy tee. Now, I didn't have enough room to put all of the descriptive terms that I wanted to in the title. So I had to go back and elaborate down here in the description, and let's check that out. Basically, I'm regurgitating the title, but I'm elaborating on it and adding more.
Me too. That's what I do.
Yep. So I'm putting offered here is a vintage single stitch t-shirt, size large, white with frogs in the alphabet. Celebrate life was the tag that's on it because there was actually new with tags. Hanes beefy tee, made in the United States. That's a huge thing for single stitch vintage t-shirts if it's made in the United States. And of course, Harlequin Nature Graphics, 1994. It has an actual date, which is really awesome. So that's a really great thing to also put in the description, along with the measurements, of course. You want them to know.
Absolutely, the measurements. Exactly. So important, and measure every nook and cranny, because if you miss one, I'm going to go get the cat's over in the box.
Oh, no, it's okay. Really.
Is it okay?
Well, maybe. If,
I love it.
If it fits, it sits, about. Right?
Oh my gosh, I'm removing the cat. We're removing the cat. Where is the cat?
So when we look, this is just something that we can really easily do to make sure we get more traffic, is to get all of those keywords in there, especially in the description, and also do as much as you can in the item specifics as well. Like I said, don't be afraid to repeat yourself when it comes to all of these keywords that people are going to be searching for. So these little things are going to help you. Oh my gosh, you got it in the whole box.
Well, I just figured this might be the easiest way to control her.
I see. Yeah. Perfect. Let's see. We gotta show everybody. Oh, there she is.
She's cozy over here at McFlip and Chips. She's not going to move. Okay, we're good now. We can talk for hours.
Perfect. Well, that's good because we're actually pretty much through. unless there's anything else that,
already
that you'd like to talk about. Yeah, I guess, we kind of went through the basics of it's really sort of a self-explanatory topic, but at the same time, if you're just starting out, you need to know these things and incorporate them.
It's so important to know. And it's so important to, sometimes what I do is I actually Google or read up on the latest hashtags and whatever, and I'll copy and paste them into my notes. And then I'll go into like the jeans listing, and then I'll just copy and paste what I have under jeans. And I do that with just a few different types of things that I sell a lot of, just to make, my life easier. But it's always important to add a couple that are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like specific to what you're selling.
Yes, as specific as possible.
Yeah, don't like a rock t-shirt, rock band, like like like
rock and roll.
And roll.
Yeah, just if you got extra space in your title, use it up.
Kitty in a box.
There, just peeking out. Say hello or goodbye, one of the two. Actually,
she's saying hello because she's more than happy to just do her thing here.
Will, Luna, thanks for joining us and being the star of the show tonight. And we really appreciate you.
No one cares. Everybody's going to be like, we just want to see Luna.
Yeah, I know. That's why you came by. We understand. Well, guys,
we are always so grateful that you joined us today. And we have to tell you that we had just such a phenomenal day out today, working, sourcing, filming, that we have so many cool things, honestly, to share with you. Just, oh my gosh, we can't wait to get to editing.
Oh, I know. Yes. We, today and yesterday, we went out sourcing. We hit a ton of yard sales. We got 2 videos that need to be edited yet. On those,
and they'll blow you away. And no, I'm not even joking.
Fun times for sure.
We're really fortunate. Yeah, but we can't wait to see you. See you next Saturday. But don't miss the video on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, of course. Right? Yeah, Tuesday.
I tell everybody
a video that we edit. This next week, I think we're going to do another pick and pack video before we get to the yard sale ones.
I never know what's happening on Tuesday night. I just want you to know that I get to watch the video with you guys on Tuesday night, and it's my surprise. We usually make popcorn. So it's like a big deal over here. So anyways, we will see you soon, and we hope that you guys have an awesome weekend and a fantastic week.
Yes, guys. Thanks so much for joining us once again. We'll see you next time.
Thanks. And Luna says thanks too.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.